I'm Jesse with the Turning Post, and first of all I'd like to say Happy New Year to you, and I wish that you all have I hope that you all have a nice 2025. This year I want to start out with something a little bit different. I want to do a tutorial on how to disassemble, clean, and assemble an Easywood Chuck. I haven't really been able to find something online or on YouTube that really helps me from beginning to finish. So hopefully when I get through with this, it'll help those of you who do have an Easywood Chuck be able to clean your chuck and assemble it back with no problems. I found that it's very simple to do, and first of all, the first thing we want to do is take out your jaws. If we can take them off, put them off to the side. These jaws are not numbered, so they're all the same. So they all fit. Doesn't matter which slot they go in. Now, sometimes there might be one that will be stuck and you won't be able to work it out. Okay, so in that case, don't worry about that. What we have to do, you're going to find that there is probably debris under this right here, which is not enabling it to push down to release this jaw, or this jaw. So what we're going to do is we can disassemble this and pull this all out as one complete jaw. So the first thing we'll do is we locate this little pin right here, and it should be on the number 4. And so we go to the back, and you will see there's a little hole right here. So what we need to do is we need to align this hole with this pin, get it fairly close, take a small hammer, a baby hammer if you wish, and we can take a 1/16, this is a 1/16 or even a 1/8 inch punch, and we'll knock it down gently. Don't knock it all the way through. Now you can see that it's down, it's level, it's even. So what we can do is we can release all these jaws, and you do that by turning this thing right here, your ring, until your jaws come out. Now, these jaws are numbered. So when we get ready to assemble it, we'll have to put them back. That comes out. This one comes out. They all come out. And you'll see that this one came out also. So you can put it aside over here with the others. Next thing you want to do, I always open this up as far as I can, which it is. You can take a small brush, and clean it. Clean out all this debris. And this should be done probably, if you use it a lot, maybe once every 6 months. And it doesn't take long to do. You can probably do it in about 30 minutes. Clean this out, and then you might get some of this air in a container and blow it out. And if you'll look on the chuck, and get the overhead, you'll see numbers on it. Right about here, there's a 4, I think there's a 1, 2, and a 3. Those will be where these will go, these inserts. So now I see I've got some debris right here. So what I want to do is I want to take a wire brush, and I want to clean this out. And I want to clean up all this around here. I want to clean up my chuck. And I want to do that off camera, so I'm sure you don't want to see me do that, but I'll start it out. Get it as clean as you can. You can see how I'm getting that off. So I'm going to do this off camera. When I get it all done, I'll be back. Well, I'm back. And I'm wearing gloves now. And the reason I'm wearing gloves, a couple of reasons. When you start to use a wire brush, it gets a little hard when you hit your hands. That's number one. And number two, we had a cold spell that's come through here in Oklahoma. A little bit cold in my shop. So, and when you're holding this steel, it's even colder. So anyway, what I've done here, I've gotten this all clean. Let me get to my other overhead camera, and I'll show you. I got it really clean, as clean as I can get it. And it works just great. Check it out. And in your packet that you got when you bought this chuck, you will have like an extra spring in there, and you'll have some extra parts. Well, you shouldn't really need those parts. Those springs are for this piece right here. And so we're going to take one of these apart now and clean that up as soon as I blow this all out. Okay, we've got that done. And now, to do this, I will have to take off my gloves. These are so small. You've got two springs in this insert here. You've got one right here, and you've got one underneath. Underneath is where you might have your problems, where you're going to have the debris accumulate. So, what I'm going to do, there's a little peg right here. And so you knock it out, you use a 1/16 punch. So I've got it right here. And I'm going to knock it out. I'll take my little baby hammer here. Don't need a lot of pressure. Tap it out. Let's see. Yeah, it's 16th. Okay, you can see it coming out now. And I know it's probably a little above and beyond, but I always try to keep it aligned. Let me get a pair of pliers. Okay, you can get a pair of pliers or needle nose and press down right here so this spring won't pop out, because if it pops out, it will jump and you could lose it. So I'll pull it out gently, twist it. I'll turn it the way I want to go back in, and I'll have it go in this way. So now I'm going to take this spring out, and you can see this comes right off. So this piece comes off, and you can see that little spring right there. You can take it off. It doesn't matter which way. I lay it back down. I'll take this, take my little brush, and clean this out. And then I will take this spring off gently. I have lost one of these. If I have to, I'll take a knife, kind of get in behind here. Try to pop that out. Just like that, like I told you, you got to be careful because it does pop out. I'm going to take you off screen right quick. Well, I'm back and I found the spring. I was very fortunate. So don't do like I did. Be careful when you're taking this off because they pop out and they're very hard to find. I was very fortunate. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this piece. I want to clean off all this debris. Get all this dust out of here, especially in this little hole right here. That's where that spring goes. Get it all cleaned out. And we do them individually and we'll put them all back together individually. Okay. There's nothing. This is okay. It looks good. So I'll take this spring and I'll put this back in. Pop it on. And then I'll take this spring, put it back in his slot. Gently. I always turn this upside down. And I got to line up these holes right here. So I'll line it up here, put this back in, push down on it, making sure not to release it, and then I'm going to tap this back in. Now I've got this baby hammer, and all you got to do is just tap it. And you tap it towards flush. I can still see it protrudes a little bit right there, so I'll get my 1/16 inch punch and pop it. Or let's see here, I'll just take this 3/32. Because I don't want to go into the hole. Tap it. A little bit more. I want it to be flush. There we go. Now you can see it. It's all flush. And that is one complete. I'll do one more online and hopefully I won't lose the spring. Again, I got a 1/16 inch punch. Pop it on I do mine on the right side. Tap it out. You don't have to hit it hard. I kind of lift up to where it allows for the pin to protrude through. Holding this down, I get a pair of pliers and don't have to crunch it, but just pull it out. Lay it on its side. Release. Lay the spring out. And again, see if I can do this without trying to lose it. You can see all this debris down in here that needs to be cleaned out. These springs usually come out fairly easy. When there's a lot of debris in it, it kind of is a little bit on the more difficult side. Now that I got that out, again, I want to clean this out. Get all that debris out, especially in this little hole right here and down this area down here. And you can see I got some debris here that won't come off with this brush. So that's where that broad brush comes in. And you don't have to use one this big. That's all I had. So I'm going to clean this off. You can see. Takes it right off. This is really important to keep this chuck where it performs well. Of all the chucks that I've had, this one is probably the best and the easiest to maintain. I wouldn't even hardly attempt to take apart the other chucks that I had because I can't get them, I guess, centered. Okay, we got that clean. Let me double check. Okay, I got a little bit of debris right here, so I want to clean that off. Get it as clean as possible. And I don't think I would really use things like lacquer thinner or acetone or things like that. I would just go ahead, and this thing should just wipe completely off. Okay, and again, we'll look at this. You can see all that debris. Let's clean that off. And you can see where some of that debris didn't come off. So, scrape it off with a wire brush. Go around. And believe me, if you do that, if you keep this thing maintained, it'll last you forever. And really, the springs, you don't really have to replace them unless you lose one like I did on the very first one that I put together. So now, I want to put it back together. Here are my holes. Put this spring in. It doesn't matter which way the spring goes. Forgot a step here by putting this spring back in. Putting it in here. And then I will take this, I will turn it. To where my holes line up. Pressing down and not releasing. Those holes should be lined up. So now I'll take this, and with this baby hammer, pop it back in gently. Just tap it. It should line up. And then I'll take this 3/32 punch. And seat it. And you can feel it. You don't have to hit it very hard. And there we go. Now we've got the second one done. So I'm going to do these other two off camera because I'm sure you don't want to keep watching me do all this. I'll be back when I get these next two done. Now I'm going to do one more. I'm going to do our last one. I've got 3 of them done, but I'm going to do this last one. You can see how dirty it is. And it's important that you clean even on his backside right here because it fits into these grooves in here, which will make it run a lot better, a lot smoother. So I'm going to take this apart. Again, I'll take a 1/16 punch. You can see all this dirt, this debris, and it's debris that has probably just kind of heated up and got on here, which comes off very easy when you take a wire brush to it. So again, I'm going to take my punch. Gently, I'm going to tap it out. I lift it off to the side so that the pin can come through on the other side. Okay, I feel it. I'll take a pair of pliers, and you got to be careful because this is it's hollow on the inside, so you don't have to squeeze the pliers very hard. Just kind of pull it, work it out, keep this thing down so the spring doesn't spring out on you. Turn this around like I'll put it back in the same way. Pull this out. Get your spring, lay off to the side. Let me clean this area off just a little bit. This right here, this spring is a tough one. You can see the debris down in here, and usually that's what keeps it from releasing easily. So if that's the case, what I'll just do is I'll kind of brush this out a little bit, get some of that debris out, take my knife. I got this hand to keep it from springing out on me. I'll just take it and kind of press it. There we go. Excuse me. Okay, now I got that spring. Put it right here. Take my brush, clean out these areas in here. The dust kind of getting to me a little bit. Okay, we got that cleaned out. Clean it all up. And you can see where that's this brush right here is not going to get all that area. So we just take this wire brush clean it off. Comes off real easy. You don't have to use any kind of a lacquer thinner or any kind of any stuff like that. Just brush it off and it works. Get off on the sides. Cleans it up real nice. Okay, and get the top of it. Okay, that has that. Now let's try this. Knock it off on all sides. Doesn't take much. If you get good enough at this, it'll probably take you about 30 minutes. This might have taken a little bit longer to try to walk you through each of these steps. Okay, now that we have all that, we get our spring, that small spring, put it in the hole, get our big spring, we put it back on this, gently so it doesn't pop out on you. I like to turn this kind of upside down so this spring won't fall out. And then I'll take this, push down on it. I think it came out. Let's try it again. Okay, put this back on. One thing I didn't do, I didn't clean this off. Glad I saw that. Clean that off. Okay. Got that. Make sure I got my holes lined up with these holes right here. Okay. I can feel that it's seated now. Hold that down. Take your pen, your baby hammer, tap it back in gently. You can feel it go in the hole. You don't have to hit it hard. If you hit it too hard and it's not in the hole and lined up, it'll probably bend on you. And then you'll have more issues. Seat it. And you can feel it seat. I can feel it seating. And by using a 3/32, which is bigger than the hole, it won't go all the way through. Because I want it to be flush. That's not quite flush. There we go. There we go. Okay, now we got that flush. Now, I would recommend when you assemble this, not using any kind of oil. And the reason is if you do use oil, then you're going to have all this debris is going to build up on this again. So I could be wrong. If I am wrong, please tell me. You can tell me in the replies below. So now what I'm going to do, let me go ahead and get the top view again. Again, we see your numbers, 1, 2, 3, and 4. I've got all my jaws, or my inserts lined up, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I rotate this ring until, let's get on number 1 here, until you'll see an angle right here. Okay, and so I'll back it off just a little bit. I'll get my number 1, put it in, slide it in here. Oops. Go slide it in, just let it fall right in, and then turn it. Now go to number 2, which is right next to it, and do the same thing. I'm turning it counterclockwise, so I'll wait until I get that angled twist, back it off, get my number 2, with this thing down, I slide it in, counterclockwise, I turn it again, it should be locked in, and now I'll go to my number 3, same thing. We do this all the way to the number 4, back it off, put the number 4 in. Now, you'll twist the ring until all these come together. See if I can do it. To make sure that it's all centered. If it's not, you just pull it apart and repeat. If you'll do it this way, I have never had one that was off center. There you go. Now you have it all centered. Back it off. Your ring moves freely. I clean off my jaws. I probably should have done this at the very first. Sometimes you're going to get a lot of debris on it just from using them. Get them cleaned up. It doesn't matter which insert you put it in, they're all the same. Pop it in. Let me do the rest of these offline, and I'll come back when I get them done, and we'll finish this up. One step that I did overlook, it is this area right here on your jaws. This is where it releases through here. It's good to have the back cleaned off also. Take your brush, clean it out, get all that debris out. And if you got some areas in there that might need to be scraped a little harder, get your wire brush. Get the back side too. Get this area in here. And once you get this done, it's pretty much like a brand new chuck. Whoops. Okay. Let's get our brush, clean it out. Second one's done. You can see how dirty these are. I've had these for several years and I haven't really cleaned them. Didn't know how. So now that I do, I will be cleaning them at least every 6 months. No more than once a year, or no less than once a year, I should say. These chucks are a little expensive, but man, they are worth it. And I can say that once you start using these chucks, you probably won't use any other chuck. And the initial cost on them might seem a little on the expensive side, but when you start having to buy extra chucks to have extra jaws on them so that you don't have to keep unscrewing them and replacing them, you'll have one of these bought plus the jaws bought easily. Okay, get this right here. Okay. Down here, get all that debris out. And there you have it. Your chuck is clean, ready to use again. Here we have it, almost brand new chuck, now that we've got it cleaned. Well, I hope that you all have enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope it's been beneficial to you. If you have any questions, if there's anything that I might have left out, or please put them down in my comments below, and I'll get back with you. I do enjoy doing this. I enjoy helping people try to make their turning a lot easier. I do have a little bit of an announcement. I am going to start doing classes and demonstrations again for Easywood in March. Let me see. Just to give you a heads up, on the 1st of March, I will be in the Tulsa Woodcraft store. I'll be doing the Easywood demonstration, and I will be doing an 8-inch pepper mill. On the 15th of March, I'll be in the Woodcraft store in Oklahoma City, and I will be working with Dwayne Coleman. We'll be giving a class, and the class that we'll be giving is Dwayne does a two-piece hollow form, which is amazing. It's super. And so if you want, you can give Woodcraft a call in Oklahoma City. I think it is 405-748-8844. And then on the 22nd of March, I will be at the Tulsa Woodcraft store, and I will be giving a class on Saturday and Sunday, and I will be doing the 8-inch pepper mill. And that class, I think, may be full on both days, but if you are interested, please call them. And let me see if I can get you their number. The Woodcraft in Tulsa is 918-384-0100. Please call and reserve your spot. We only have 5 vacancies for a complete class, and Tulsa is providing all the tools. So we'll be using carbide tools by Easywood. And let me see if I gave you the right telephone number for Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City is 405-748-8844. You can call Brian, Jonathan, or one of those guys up at Woodcraft in Oklahoma City, and they'll help you out. So, and my last demonstration will be on the 29th of March in Oklahoma City at Woodcraft, and I'll be doing an Easywood demonstration, and it will be a flower and a vase. So, I think we're finished today. I hope you all have enjoyed this. If there's anything else that I can answer for you, please don't hesitate to get a hold of me. If you like this, please subscribe and like. I would appreciate that. You take care, and God bless. I'm back again. You know, I didn't completely show you the last step in making sure that this chuck is completely done. And that last thing is to make sure that this pin right here is reseated so that these jaws and the insert doesn't come out again. So I guess I'm making a PS to my video. So again, take this hole and line it up with your pin. Take your 16th inch, let me see here. Take your 1/8 inch punch and tap it down gently. I may not have it lined up right. Well, let's see here. There it is. Didn't quite have it in the right hole. Tap it. And you want this thing to protrude, just so it doesn't come out. Probably about 1/8 of an inch. A little bit more. Okay, what you can see is your pin right here and then your insert right here. Just make sure that that insert won't come out. So probably about 1/8 of an inch is all you need. I tap it out just a little bit too far, so we'll tap it back in. Guess I better line that hole back up again. Let's see here. You can do it this way, and you can feel it go into that hole, so it's lined up. Tap it back down a little bit. So you're looking probably about 1/8 of an inch, 1/16 of an inch. Just so that this part right here touches this right here. So I think I might have had it right. Yeah, tap it a little bit more. Okay, there you go. That should be it. Now we're complete. So, just to review a little bit, wire brush, small hammer, 1/16 inch punch, 1/8 inch, I think it's a 3/32. You'll have to have this punch out tool. A knife wouldn't hurt to have, a small pair of pliers, a brush, paper towels, and some air. So, again, thank you very much, and you all have a blessed day.